is the engineering was a must. Came here and job and then subsequent things, and fortunately I would say 90% of if what I am is my wife. Because I was not required to look at home. I mean, how many of you can say no to your wives? Oh, come on, are you crazy? She maybe understood, and just to sideways, my wife is also part of one of the businesses. We have a marketing business where we import certain complementing products for Connector. She heads that business since 1999. That's another story, control and so whatever. And about the future, yes, my partner, who is financial until now, his daughter also is in the company, looking after the exports towards Europe. So we are more or less like, for next 5 years we have plans, very aggressive plans. In the coming 2 years, we have planned to invest 25 crores, about $4 million US. And coincidentally, we have made this provision like we are in Dombivli, so we have already, when the opportunities came, we have purchased the land in surrounding areas. So for next 5 to 7 years, we will be in that area. The plans are quite aggressive, but if things favor us, as Modi ji has said, make in India. Of course, we were making in India, but more make in India. So with all those things, and our Indian markets looking up, like automation going up, process automation. Now we have chances of even supplying our products to every building and everything. So we look forward to, and we are confident. And incidentally, we have become quite professional in last 6 years. So we are, like that. I said so doesn't work. A, B, C, X, Y, Z. We have been lucky. We were on SAP since 2006. We were on the software of Moldflow. When we purchased, we were the smallest customer. We are into product configurator, if it makes, because it doesn't make more sense to me, but I'm generating. So we invest heavily in our workforce of 250 plus. Population of laptops and computers is 150. So we are very much going towards future. I'm not good at computers. I can manage my mobile phone and laptop for the email interactions and maybe some searches. But then our company is growing up.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening.
Nice inspiring story for entrepreneurs who want to do something. I had just two queries, you can say, not questions. One is Positronics. I think it is your competitor, if I am not wrong. No, they are not in your field.
No, Positronics, you are talking about Ahmedabad?
No, they have a unit out here in Pune. It's somewhere near the CN Road or something.
No, they are not in our business.
Okay, sorry.
We are component manufacturers, and they must be in systems.
They manufacture some connectors for different, applications.
Okay, I mean, connector is a very wide term.
Okay.
Very wide term. We do terminal blocks.
Okay.
And there are thousands and thousands types of connectors.
Okay. Second thing is, I am from a steel background.
Yes.
So you just mentioned that when you just left, you finished your engineering, you entered into some mid-sized rolling mill.
Yes.
So I would like to know which is the company, because I am also into steel. So
Okay, that was not a steel mill. It was a non-ferrous rolling mill.
Okay.
Mid-size in Bombay.
Okay.
In Sakinaka.
Right.
And unfortunately, that company is not doing well now.
Okay.
And that second step was also in non-ferrous rolling mill.
Right.
Indian Smelting, if you heard about
yeah.
Birla company,
Yes.
which has also closed down.
Yeah. They have got a unit in Pune. they have diversified and they have a foundry in Pune.
That is Indian smelting the
Yeah.
ingots.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I would like to ask that on what thought process or on what principle did you add people to your cause?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat?
What
On
criteria?
On what thought process or on what principles did you add one people or the people who joined you in this course of time? On what thought process did you selected them to be with you, to support your cause?
Initial stages. That initial stage, I would say maybe 20 years. I was 100% involved in anybody joining the company, including a sweeper. So, I would talk to that person personally, then give employment. This is on the worker front. Yeah. Many times it is gut feeling. Like when you're talking to somebody, you feel there's a truthful thing. And this other philosophy, philosophy again, sorry, let me not use this philosophy, it's a very big term. This is not philosophy. Theory. That I start with the premise that the person is very good till he proves himself wrong. And during that time, I would make sure that he doesn't make any wrong things. So basically, you can always train people. So this would be on the work front. When the real employees, the staff members or the engineers started coming in, the plant head of mine, the present, who joined me about 17, 18 years ago, at that time interviews were conducted. In those days it was through newspaper ad. There were some more than 250 applications. So selection would be done. I would be personally involved in those interviews. And I would never ask what I would know. I would ask people what he would have done. So you ask many questions. The typical police kind of a thing. You ask 10 questions. If something is lying, you know he's not the right guy. It has worked in those times. But of course now it's not that, it's the HR department. So the departmental heads are taking care of the things. I'm not looking at that. But in those times my personal thing was always talk to the people and get there. Somehow it worked. Maybe I was fortunate.
So his question was more, would you look for some qualities like thoroughness, honesty?
Yes, that's so. I mean, when I'm talking to you, I feel that whatever you're saying is truthful. It's good. I remember one very important person I had employed. I asked him what was his project that he did in his college. So he narrated something. Then, I asked him a question, like what kind of fasteners he used. I told him to give me size of the fastener. He could give, so that was a straight acceptance. So you need to dig out the truthfulness of the person you are talking to. As long as he is truthful, he can do anything.
So when you were scaling, did you have a mentor, somebody you would go talk to for advice, who would help you through strategizing, or was this all just you through your gut?
Yes, in the beginning, mentor who taught me sales, marketing. He would even tell me what not to write in the letters. Okay, that was literally. And what not to speak. He was one. And recently on the HR front, we have had a very nice friendly consultant from Pune who guided us into many things. Then of course, the German guy for setting up our China operations. With him, we learned to interact with the German company. We have currently a project going on for last 2 years, where we are partnered with a German company, and by working with them, I would rate them as our mentors, how they systematically adopt. They don't write 3 before they have written 1 and 2. Here, we would write 10 immediately after 1. So this we learned in those. So I would rate this gentleman as my mentor for our company. And other gentlemen from whom I learned, and then I got dissociated with, was the Crompton Greaves guy. The first exports through him, this New Zealand and wherever. In those days, I saw him. My product catalog was written by me, always. I would, write the catalogs. And while talking to this gentleman, he would know every detail of my catalog because they used to reproduce the catalog in their company's name for the customers. His attention towards details, the calculations used to amaze me. He never knew that I was learning from him all the time. The association started in '86, unfortunately ended in 2001 when we decided to go out of that umbrella and do ourselves. So, maybe like you have that Eklavya and Mahabharat ka Drona, he never knew that he was learning. I learned from him. So these few of them were real good mentors during the process, and many more.
Have you thought of mentoring the next generation, especially in manufacturing, now that we are Make in India and so on? And I hear so many excuses about why India cannot compete in the world of manufacturing and the threat from China, etc. And you have done it single-handedly for so many years, perhaps silently so. Why not, give benefit of your experience to a wider majority of budding entrepreneurs interested in manufacturing in particular?
I already asked him to join TAI Pune for sure.
So Ajay Bhagwat has answered on your behalf.
He has given you answer, but then, okay, there are so many good things to be done. Believe me, in my company, we have the reviews now. The reviews would involve me in setting the processes. And my next line in my company, they have really adopted. The greatest thing which everybody has said in the world. All these things we forget, all of us. There are no shortcuts. No shortcuts. And the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Please remember these 2 things. There is no third thing. Nothing is wasted. Everything is invested.
It is inspiring to listen to you. Many of the things obviously have been are going to be the takeaway for all of us. I personally felt the compulsion to quality concept that you spoke about. We had regrets about a lot of things in our lives, and he said that one of the greatest insults that he felt was when the quality was compromised. Beyond that, the other thing I think all of us must have liked is you assume that the person you're dealing with is all good until he proves himself wrong. It was amazing, I think. I'm inspired by these learnings. Thank you so much. I would also like to thank Mr. Mangesh Kirtane for facilitating this. It was great to make Mr. Vijay Saheta speak. Thanks to Mr. Santosh Abraham introducing TAI Pune. Thanking the audiences who were pretty interactive. All the charter members, volunteers and TAI Pune team for making this event possible. Thank you so much.